That's why some of us, we avoid checking our credit card statement. Some of us avoid looking into our account because by not doing it, it feels safe. You know, if you're wondering how this makes us feel safe, it's because you don't have to confront the problem, and therefore you are still safer than.
This podcast shares personal stories and professional insights to support your financial well being, but it's not a substitute for personal financial, investment, or legal advice. Everyone's situation is unique. Please seek qualified, independent support that fits your life and goals. The full disclaimer and copyright notice is in the episode notes.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Financial Health Insights podcast. This is a podcast where we explore how to lower your money stress and also support you to live well today and tomorrow. I'm your host, Kevin Neoh, certified financial coach, a licensed financial planner, and also a facilitator for employee financial health program. And I just got a new haircut. Just came back from a haircut. And today's episode is also going to be similar direction with the past two episodes, which we explore why we don't do what we know we should be doing, especially when it comes to money. But of course, we are not going to repeat everything that we have covered in the last two episodes. But today, I'm going to talk a lot more about this thing called financial literacy, which a lot of times, not sure whether you can relate to it. People think that they should wait until their financial literacy, their knowledge, it's better, then only they start to take action, that they are more ready to take action. But then you see the idea that you need to learn more, that you do not know enough today for you to take action, for you to do better, I think is not the main ingredient that is missing, that is causing you to supposedly not taking action yet. But instead, why not think about it? Knowing is not doing. Sometimes we know what we need to do, but does not mean we will do it. Does not mean we have learned, but does not mean you will want to do it, does not mean you feel confident to do it, does not mean you are ready to do it. Because financial knowledge, while it's important, it's only part of the story or part of the equation. The truth is, we human being, we are not just someone or some creature who is driven by logic. We are human, which means we are also driven in many times by emotion. And we have what many psychologists and neuroscientists call brain. And we have the brains that make us unique, right? And if you have missed out, you can listen back to the previous week episode, which we have a guest who is a neuroscience expert and a brain health coach to share with us about why we are not doing what we should be doing from a brain perspective. And so the thing is, we have three brain. Each of the brain, right, they play their own role. They influence our decision making in different way. So the first one is what makes us human. The prefrontal cortex is the big part of the brain. This is our rational brain. This is our logical brain. This is our thinking brain. Is this brain that helps us to plan, helps us to decide, pay X amount for the same thing or pay Y amount for the same thing, and you feel that you have got a bigger deal or bargain. This is the brain that we use or rely on to help us to set our goals and to make concerted or conscious decisions like I'm going to save 200 or 500 or 1000 this month, But uh, but the thing is, this brain, while it gives us the ability to plan and think and reason, it get tired quite easily, especially when it's under stressful situation, or it feels overwhelmed. Then this brain will be hijacked. It will be offline, and this is when the other brain will step in and take control of us, which is called the amygdala. This is the emotional brain. It is the brain that also makes us human. It detects. It is the brain that detects whether something is dangerous, something is risky. It is the brain that gives us the ability to feel fear, maybe also to feel love at the same time. And when, let's say, we are in a stressful situation, this is the brain that cause you to automatically, like react to the situation, whether you run away or whether you fight it with more force or you just frozen, fight, flight, or freeze, right? Like that's why some of us we avoid checking our credit card statement. Some of us avoid looking into our account because by not doing it, it feels safe. You know, if you're wondering how this makes us feel safe, it's because you don't have to confront the problem and therefore you are still safer that way. So that's what it means safe, in this context. So when the amygdala is activated, your thinking brain will definitely be hijacked and go offline. That's when you might click the, like, when you want to buy something or you see sales, the sign of sales, and you are so excited, even though you might not have the budget or might not have the savings to support the purchase, you will still go and click buy now and pay later. So this is when the emotions are making the decision for us. Now, the third brain is called the basal ganglia. This is our so-called habit brain. It is where we do the things that is routine and automatic, whether it's good or no good. So this is the brain that makes sure we stick to the default mode or what makes us feel comfortable. It may be the brain that, decide that, we automatically take the peanut and eat or the tidbits and eat when you are at the restaurant table and whatnot. So that's why when you repeat certain action enough time, it forms a habit. So if whether it's overspending, delaying, and whatnot, or even just talking about your problems and sharing, right? So if you have ever asked yourself, why am I still struggling with money? Even though I have learned more, I have read more books, I have attended classes, I'm still stuck in that way. You know what? You are not alone. It is not a sign of you being a bad person or you are a failure or whatnot. It's just a sign that your brain, uh, they are not they are not working together in harmony to support you to do well. That's all. Right. And that is exactly what we will talk about in today's episode. Now, today's episode, what you are about to listen or watch it's not a live one. It's a recording from a recent talk I gave, which is just about 2 weeks ago only actually. And in this first part, I share with the participants through why our actions don't always align with our intention, why we always do things that may not help us to be better, may not put us to be in a better position, or why we always tend to do things that seems to be sabotaging our good intention that or goals that we set for ourselves. And I will share using real life financial example and some reflective questions to help you to gain more awareness and also to detect what are some of the messages that you keep telling yourself that cause you to develop these patterns. So the talk was about 90 minutes plus, and I thought it would make sense to chop it up into three parts for you. So this is just the first part. I think you will see the second part next week. Now, don't you think that it's just a recording because it actually takes me more than 2 hours to edit the recording to make it worthwhile for you to watch because I've edited to put the slides in here for you to see the slide and have the visual and also can listen better, not just the word or see me talking only like now. All right. So if you're ready, just continue. And before that, if you feel that this is a good thing, you can also feel free to share with people who might benefit from it. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Good morning. So let's come. We are here today to talk, to learn more about how to get smarter about our finances so that we can have a brighter future, right? So we have about an hour plus together. And throughout this limited time we have, I have quite a lot of things to share with you. But most of it, if we, some of it you might have already know and you are practicing it already. Some of it, maybe you'll find that this is perhaps some good information that is new, and hopefully you can apply it, find a way to apply it to improve your financial health and have less money stress as well. So let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so you see on the screen, right, there's a few photo of me. It's actually a short clip that I thought it's good to share here because I posted this on my YouTube and TikTok. So I get a lot of comments. Some people scold me. Some people, they say they can understand what I'm sharing. So I just want to share this with you as an opening, and please share with me what you feel or you can learn from watching these short video clips here. Okay. So I share one by one. The first one. Okay. So, okay, from this one, can you guys type in the chat there what thing you learn from here? It's all about food one when it comes to me. Is there anything you can learn from watching this short clip? I think few seconds. This guy have 400 in the bank, but he eat a breakfast set of 25 ringgit using credit card that still have some limit left over. Lifestyle bigger than pocket. That's very nice way to put it. Lifestyle inflation. T20 breakfast. Okay. Biar papa asal bergaya. How to gain weight. Okay. Eat healthily. Yes. Okay. So you can see here, right? This thing is about, I think many people also have this challenge. We don't really have a lot left in the bank. However, we might walk past the place that we like to go, and we cannot control but just to spend some money to enjoy the same thing we get used to. So if we look at it, the 25 ringgit is quite a big portion of the amount in the bank. Okay. Now the second one is even shorter. Okay. Overspending. Okay. Okay. So the second one, what do you learn from here if there's anything worth learning? Overspending also? High commitment, yes, you can see, right? The commitment is 4,005. And if we add in the buy now, pay later BNPL, it's about 6,000. And the income is only 15,000. So about half of the income is used to service debt and commitment already. That's before the subscription and utilities and insurance of Takafu. Okay. But some of us maybe can relate to it also. Actually, I myself do like that also. Enjoy first thing later, right? That's when we are less smarter or we not so educated when it comes to money management. Maybe we would be prone to do that. Yes, buy now, pay later, BNPL. That means take the barang first. Jangan bayar dulu, bayar next month. Okay. The third one, also another person who earns 15,000 income, also have quite a high loan amount to service. But as you can see, right, after pay off for the food and coffee, this person only have 1,000 plus balance and is below masuk saving and below masuk credit card and car repair and many other things. All right. Anything we can learn from this one? Do you think this person, right? I mean, these are the real numbers people share with me. Do you think this person, they don't know that I should save money, that I should not use credit card when I have still outstanding balance? They actually quite aware one because these are things like, I know I shouldn't eat supper, but I still eat also. I know I should exercise, but I don't do also. So these are the things that we know, but we find it quite challenging to do sometimes. Tak boleh go dating. Okay. Dating also not cheap nowadays, right? Because of expectation. Okay. So I want to get you guys to also help, right? You scan this QR code or I can send this in the chat, right? What we do is we do measure your level of financial stress at this moment before we start the session. And then we will measure again when we end the session. And then we see whether your stress level increase or decrease after this 1 hour together. If decrease, then it's good. If it increase, then that means I share the wrong thing with you guys already. Moving. 6.16, quite middle, right? Not very high, not very low, so just good. Huh? Okay, so hopefully after this, it will go lower. Okay, let's go back to the slide. This is the recently released survey done last year, but it was only released February this year, just before Raya. From here, we can see that Malaysian, right, our financial health has not improved despite we are actually smarter about personal finance. So about 31% of us do not have enough money for basic need, and about 26% of us have always or sometime run out of money even before the month's end. And only less than half of us are confident in handling our personal finance, right? So this survey highlight one key challenge, meaning although we are smarter when it comes to financial knowledge, we get more education already, somehow something is still missing because the actual result still not improved. Last time we thought, oh, because we don't know what to do, so that's why we are not doing what we are supposed to do. But now, despite more effort in learning, more education, more contents everywhere, the result is still not improved a lot. It's still maybe in some area actually getting worse also. So another key concerning trend is in terms of bankruptcy cases, we can also see that actually is also in a way not going down in a very good fashion as well. And most of the weakest group, right, is actually between 35 and 44-year-old. So I would assume that most of us are also about to or already inside this age group, and therefore it's quite an important thing to be aware of. So why do you think people who are in this age group are more prone to have that issue or fall into bankruptcy challenge? Would you be able to share in the chat with everyone? Most of the literacy is geared towards consumption rather than saving or well-being. Job hopping, okay. You mean job hopping cause person to have that issue? We job hop to get more, isn't it? More commitment like family. Yes, also maybe probably this is the age group where people start their own family, have children, and maybe the income level is a bit near to the peak already. So maybe this is also the time that banks like you the most because your earning power is quite high or higher already. So they will be more desperate to offer us loans as well. And sandwich generation, very correct, because we have young people depending on us and also have our aged parents depending on us. So more opportunity or excuses for us to spend money. Sometimes we are also forced to spend because we have to take a loan to cover something big as well. And another statistic shows that the number one loan that caused people to go into trouble, as far as year 2023 data is concerned, is personal loan, and then business loan, vehicle loan, car loan, then only housing loan. So as you can see, personal loan is one of the key biggest issue that cause people to run into bankruptcy issue or debt problem as well. So if you have some debt issue, you have some personal loan or credit card, sometimes bankers would like to suggest us to take personal loan to pay off your credit card. That's one of the good thing to do, but there are many steps before that we should cover before we make that movement. Otherwise, it's actually easier for us to have even more personal loan, and hopefully we will cover that. So when it comes to managing money, right, most of us know what to do. When we earn, we spend, and the key goal that we want to always achieve is to have balance every month, right, so that you can use this balance to help you to accumulate more asset, so that when you have more asset, you can take it to pay for the things that you want to do in the future or things that need more money. For example, buy car, buy a house, or pay for children education, or even for retirement. Now, sometimes things will happen in life, and this is why if we don't put a layer to protect our income or our asset, then we will run into trouble very easily. So things that can disrupt us is things like illnesses, retrenchment, or deep pay cut, accidents, illness, or even divorce or scams. So we need to build a layer to protect our whole important system of savings and our asset and our dream and goals. And these things comes from having emergency savings, also have adequate protection in Takafu and insurance, and also learn more about what's happening around the world as far as managing money. But most of the time, we can plan, we can prepare, but we cannot guarantee that things will turn out the way we want it. So we still have to put down a plan to cover things like what if I really pass away? What happens to my asset and whatnot? So you have to put a plan here. And this is where financial literacy, the big word, right? People say financial literacy means you learn about finances. So like the statistic I shared just now, you learn more already, but we still cannot do what is the right thing to help us to be better. And that is because financial literacy is not only about knowledge, it's also about you having the correct attitude, or we behave in a way that actually align to helping us to be better. So financial literacy is like having a gym membership. If you have a gym membership, you don't go to gym, that gym membership is pointless one. So you have the knowledge, you still have to apply and do what is right for yourself. So these sessions at the end, you should be able to better understand what money means to you, and also rewire your certain belief about money so that your actions are more positive for your uh, brighter future, and also be able to spend without feeling guilty. Okay, so now we only really getting started on the right content. So the first one I want to share with you is about this thing called psychology of money. And again, I would like to invite you to share this question. What does money means to you? Can you share in the chat? What does money means to you? For some people, money means security. Some people, money means a tool to control people. What about you? What is money for you? Money is a tool to do what? Hmm? Money is king. Money is tool. You guys are smart. Money is for us to survive. Money is my friend. Ease of mind. Give you peace of mind. Money is a sign of status and power. Money is honey. No money, no honey. Being able to pay for things is a tool for security, for life partner, for life, basic needs, right? Ticket for you to exchange. Oh, money is your slave. That's good to know. It's good to hear. For everything need money, correct. So if you believe that, you see, for example, money is king, then the second question for you to ask yourself is, why do you think so? Why do you say money is king? Why do you say money is a tool for you to control or to love people? So this one is a question that only you need to answer to yourself only. You don't have to share in the chat. So the reason I ask this is that everything we do, right, is driven in a way by the programming language we have. Think about our computer, our phone. When you press certain button, right, certain function will happen. One. Why? Because it is scripted and programmed to happen in such a way when certain thing is done or triggered. The same thing is true when it comes to how we feel with money. So for instance, this example, if this person believes that money is very limited, it always come and go, and when I need it, it's not here. Let's say this is the belief I have. So when I think of money, I will be worried that if I don't use the money now, when I want it later, it's not here anymore. So I cannot buy the things I need. So I worry that if I don't use it now, it will disappear. That's my feeling. I'm afraid that it will go away from my hand. So my actions when I feel like this, what will I do is I have more higher chances to buy things because now I have money. So early of the month, I will feel easier to spend my money because I have money and I worry if I don't use it now, later it will disappear. So when I see something I like, I will tell myself maybe the messages like, if I don't buy now, later I cannot afford. So if I tell myself this kind of message, later I will really have a lot of opportunity. Everywhere I go, I will see things that I should buy now. So I will spend on things that make me happy, things that I feel it's important for me. So I will have the things already. But sometimes even I don't have the money anymore, I may still tell myself that never mind, I can still use credit card to pay for it. I can still use buy now, pay later to pay for it. Next month I'll have the money, I'll pay it back. So this is the kind of things that I'm repeating to myself. So the advantage is I have the things, I feel happy, but the not so good side is maybe I will start to have lower saving. Maybe I will have a lot of stress because the month is still not yet finished, but my account is almost clean already. And maybe I'll have a lot more debt. Okay. So anyone can relate to this. It's all about what you tell yourself. And that's how we do what we do. Okay. Another example, as you can see, right, what you've gone through in life will determine what you do. So we only see the result. We see the result of you not have savings, you have a lot of debt. So we try to cure the result, treat the result. So we try to force ourselves to save. We try to cut away the card, try not to use the card. But the truth is, if you don't look into why we are behaving in certain way, trying to cure the symptom itself will not cure the problem forever. So you need to know why you believe in certain ways. So if this person believe that money is always hard to get, okay, when I need it, it's not there, you will always find it difficult for you to keep your money. Okay. If you believe that money can help me to buy respect, people see I use branded item, they feel I'm successful. If you believe this, right, you will always find that you must buy the more expensive thing. Maybe you will even believe that second-hand thing is not good. I must buy a new thing because people will think that I'm cheap or I'm not rich or I'm not successful if I don't use the most expensive version or brand. So that's how the belief that we tell, the story we tell ourselves will always have a strong influence on what money means to you and therefore what you do with your money. Okay, let's take a check. Money is reward and motivation to work hard. Yeah, so maybe this is what we call, there's a thing called money focus programming language, which means, right, if you tell yourself money is the motivation to work hard or more money will solve my problem, this person will have a chance, right, or higher tendency to always work for more money because he believes that when I have, let's say, more money, pay raise, bonus, or sell something big profit, I will have a lot more money and my life will be good. But the problem is when we have this more money, we will always have this thing called lifestyle inflation. We will upgrade what we use, we will buy more, we will spend more, and then eventually we will tell ourselves the same thing again. If I have more money, my problem will go away. So it will become like something we feel stuck in. Yeah. If you feel money is the root of all problem, maybe you have some experience in the past, right? Especially when you were younger, that money caused some problems in your life. For example, a child who grew up in a family that the parents always argue about money, or people around them always have problems argue about money, or they see their family member get taken advantage by people who are richer or more successful, then they will have grow up have this belief that if you are rich, that means you are not a good person. Or if you are not so rich, you are a good person. So they will have a lot of reason to avoid having more money or don't want people to know they are doing well because they fear that their friend, their family member will go away from them if they feel that they are rich, different status already. Okay, so it's all you need to more better understand why you think in a certain way. And the message we have about money, where it comes from, it can come from us going through the same event again and again. It can come from us observing people around us, what they do or what they say. It can also be how our family teach us when we were young. For example, I've seen a lot of clients, right? Their family tell them, teach them all this while, you must grow up, study hard, find a good job, and then you buy property, you will be rich, you will have passive income. So they grow up believing all this, right? When the moment they start to work, they save money, they go and buy property to flip, to rent, but eventually they find that it's not making them richer. A lot of time they actually run into debt trouble because of that and more stress also. Sometimes it's about where, maybe our school, maybe society or yesterday night I have a consultation session. This client, she was taught to always share her money, donate money to church or to other organization. even though she don't have a lot of money, but this message is influencing her to always feel guilty when she spend on herself, because she feel that there are so many people who are less fortunate than me. Why am I spending money on myself when I should actually donate the money? And this one, she's earning a good income, but she's not able to enjoy her income at all because she always deal with this guilt feeling. So another one is, who teach you this? Who give you this belief? They can be from our parents, our grandparents, family, or your spouse, your partner, or someone you respect. And nowadays, we are also easily pick up new belief, right, or perception that maybe is not so true from gurus from the internet as well. Okay, so it's important for us to understand where we pick up these messages, because this is how you can gain more awareness and analyze whether these messages, they are still true today or not, whether it's helped you or it's not really helping you as much. Okay, so a question to help you to rewrite it is to ask yourself, what if the thing that I believe, right, is not true? Okay, how would your life be different? So if let's say this person believe I must always show people I'm successful means I buy expensive things, what if it's not true? What if people will respect you because the person you are, but not the handbag you use? That means you may be able to build more savings, or you will not have the credit card issue because you always have no money, but you still need to buy the most expensive one using credit card. So ask yourself, how would your life be different if whatever messages you've been telling yourself about money is not true anymore today? Okay. So I have a framework to help people or support us, right? To rewrite the belief that we have about money. So it's in 6 steps, called belief. So I will share this framework with you. If you want to, you can take a screenshot of this QR code. You can go and download it, and then you can go through the worksheet yourself. Okay. It's a very simple few steps with question inside that facilitate your thinking already, right? Okay. All right. So I will change the slide in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So thanks for tuning in again to this new episode of the Financial Health Insight. Uh, I'm sure after you have gone through this episode, you will see now that struggling with money is not just about being lazy. It's not because we are lack of discipline. It's not because we don't know what we need to do. It's often time about how we have been shaped, how we have been taught, what are the things we have gone through in the past few years or decades in our life, what we believe in, what how our money programming language is running quietly behind the background that we cannot see, cannot hear, cannot feel, but we can only experience the result it creates for us silently and secretly, right? So when we begin to understand this, we can now start changing not just what we know, but also how we can live our life moving forward. And this is just the first part of the conversation, if you have forgotten about it. In the next episode, we will dive into a new segment of this same talk where I'll walk you through how financial stress is deeply linked to financial stability, and why building financial stability is not just about safety. It's not just about having insurance or whatnot. It's actually the foundation you need to make a meaningful progress in your life. I will also be sharing with you a 5 steps framework to help you strengthen and improve on your financial stability. And also a simple but very powerful tool to help you spend your money in a more mindful way that is without guilt and also without regret. You will be more peaceful with with the spending you make after this. Make sure you come back next week, next Friday, 7 o'clock as usual, to follow all you. Or the better thing to do is to just click subscribe to the show and follow us follow the show on YouTube as well. If you have not done so, please do that. If you haven't done so, you can do it now. And if you have found this episode useful and helpful and beneficial, share with someone who might need to hear the contents in this episode, or better still, the whole podcast. So until then, take care, spend with intention, and live a meaningful life that truly belongs to what you want for yourself. Okay? Bye bye.